Where'd the notion that you couldn't get enough dates come from? I think early on, if you think about the programming of love stories, first you see your mom and dad, just two people. Then you hear all these stories where prince finds the princess and then they live happily ever after. And then as you go on through grade school, you have these weird experiences where you get infatuated with one girl. You chase after her, you don't know how to ask her out, you don't know what you're supposed to do. So we get all like this weird, immature behavior where we just kick her shins or we do whatever and we had fun with her. So listen, first off, I'm not blaming anyone here. I'm not saying that you're at fault for not talking to more women. And I'm not saying that you're at fault for not maximizing your potential. In my opinion, you've been trained wrong. In my opinion, you don't know how much fun it is to go out and have these dates throughout the week. So somebody was asking on Reddit, it's my new favorite forum for these podcasts, but they were talking about what I call filling top of funnel. 2 to 4 dates is pretty much the norm when you're an active guy. And someone replied back, and I want to read this verbatim so you understand the level of like desperation or the level of like victimhood here. It hurts my face when I see some of these. What he says is, "Wow, crazy to think people are going on 3 dates in a week. That seems like a lot to fit into 1 week. Maybe I'm just not trying hard enough." And look, Reddit is filled with angst and snarkiness, so I take these with a grain of salt. And to be fair, the right amount is 2. But my point is to you as the 4x4 champion, if you're going back out into the dating market, you need to create top of funnel activities. You need to have a calendar that's full. And this is why it's important. You got to hear this first because I'm not talking about being a playboy. I'm not talking about being a guy that's having sex every single night. If you want to, you can. But it's important because if you don't fill your calendar, you start making decisions from this place of neediness and from this place of thirstiness. So this is why I encourage everyone to go out and get 4 dates. Now, before we go into that, let's talk about the pain. What does it feel like when you don't have dates? I remember a time in Puerto Rico, I was smitten on this girl, man. I was a tall white gringo in a Spanish-speaking area, and the whole salsa gimmick was working great for me. I'd go up and ask girls to teach me salsa. Even my neighbor was coming over and sleeping with me as we'd watch movies. Smoking hot little Puerto Rican girl. But there was one girl I was smitten on. I was sprung. I was sprung on one-itis. And I remember walking around. They had this little weekend market on like Friday or Saturday, a block party, and everyone's drinking. And I'd just be sitting there checking my phone. Did she message me? Checking the time. Did she show up? Like I would wait for this girl for hours. I literally, on one date, when I finally had a agreed upon date and time, I remember just sitting on the second floor of this nice trendy restaurant. I waited there for 3 hours. 3 hours. What are the thoughts of inadequacy that seeps into your mind when you're waiting for someone for 3 hours? The problem is you don't have anyone else lined up. You are stuck on this, what we call one-itis. You're stuck on this one girl. You're hung up on this thought that you've got to put all your eggs into one basket. And even outside of a dating context, that's bad advice for anyone. So 4 dates is super doable, but then we're going to get you into a steady 2, what I call one who's your sure thing and the other one as you're dating and trying to find something more exciting. And before everyone gets up in arms, everyone gets all butthurt about that, look, stable, steady girls that are sure things are fun. They're having fun. You're having fun. It's a win-win for everybody. So what happens is when you get in the pattern of 2, you know who you're going to have a lot of fun with on Friday or Saturday. So you define fun however you want. But there's no uncertainty here. There's no missing expectations. And then you save your Wednesday or your Thursday for some new girl you met on Hinge or Bumble or Tinder or friggin' Reddit or wherever you want to be picking these girls up. That gives you this lack of thirstiness, this non-neediness, and you create better first dates because of that. I'm going into a whole framework of how to do the perfect first date. I really want to release that this week. I'll try to get it out in the next 7 days or so because it's beautiful. I mean, if you've never felt the joy of just watching a girl's eyes light up, of watching her be so curious about where you're going next or hanging on to every word or wondering what the conversation's going like or grabbing your hand when you cross the street, you're just missing out. And it's so simple to do this. So we're going to come to this another day, I promise. But today we're talking about how to get started on this first pattern of filling your calendar with 4 dates and then working into 2 dates per week as you get stable. So hang out with me here. I'm trying a brand new intro. So bear with me as I go through this. We're still trying to commit this thing to memory. Welcome back to another episode of 4x4 Recall. This is the show for men who stand for something. It's for the men who want to unlock the new man inside of them and win big against the rigged games that have held you back. We know the challenges you face to get this far, and we know what it means to try and fail. We're here to tell you it's okay to be fed up, and it's okay to be suspicious. Society has been playing you this whole time. The game's been rigged. You can end that today with a simple protocol. Unlock and win big. So follow me and remember that you stand for something. Cool. I like it. We'll have that down to memory here soon. Zoop, zoop, put some graphics on it. That's the intro. Okay, so we're going to talk about 5 points. How to do this. If you really want to fill your calendar with 4 dates a week, it's not rocket science. The challenge is, I think people come to me about this and they want it to fall in their lap, which I'm all for. Look, I want solutions for you. I want to give you the best strategies and tactics to make this happen, but let's pick a video game. Back in my day, it was Call of Duty. If you wanted to get good at Call of Duty, you had to play Call of Duty. If you want to get good at salsa dancing, you have to salsa dance. You have to go to lessons. You have to do reps. If you want to get good at jiu-jitsu, if you want to get past your second stripe on your white belt, which I have not done yet, you have to show up and go to classes every day. So with all your objections, when you come in here like, oh, why would I want to do this? Who wants to spend all their time on that? Well, I don't know. Why do you play freaking World of Warcraft for 8 hours straight? Why do you focus on what people watch football games for 3.5 hours straight? You're not getting laid out of that. And again, I'm not saying getting laid is the ultimate goal here, but you have to understand, if you sit back right now, if you look and you say, dang, I'm a man. Dang, I think I'm kind of attractive. Dang, I think I'm worth something. Dang, I really like women. I'd like to go out on dates with women. Well, if you want that, you have to apply yourself. You have to go in and start putting repetitions on that. Does that make sense? Does that feel good? The thought of you going out with 2 girls per week? This guy later, I don't have the rest of that comment because this was my email report on it, but he said something like, I'm lucky if I can get 3 dates in 1 month. Look, you're waiting for God to drop a woman in your lap, and I don't care how much you let Jesus take the wheel. Jesus is not throwing super fine women in your car for you. You got to go out. You got to drive the car, stop, pick them up, and say, hey, how you doing? Do you want to hang out sometime? So my point is, listen to these tips, but don't throw them out and be like, oh, that's not for me. Because if you like girls, it's for you. If you want to have dates, it's for you. I'm talking to you. Are you a 4x4 champion? Nod your head yes. Do you want to date super sexy, attractive girls? Nod your head yes. Yeah. That feels great, doesn't it? Do you want to know that Becky's waiting for you to respond to your text message and you've already got Rebecca as the sure thing on the weekend and you just met Jackie last week and you're trying to figure out when you're going to ask her out for the first date? Yeah. Does that feel good? That feels good. That's where you want to be. So if you want to be there, you have to apply yourself to the top of funnel first. And that's really what we're focusing on the rest of this episode. How do you build them? How do you build this funnel? How do you get these girls in your life? So point number 1, you have to understand this as a snowball. It's sort of like a snowball running down a mountain hill that's picking up speed and steam and more snow, and the snow is all these cute, attractive women that are throwing phone numbers at you. It's not necessarily getting to the finish line, but they're throwing phone numbers at you. Like if you want calendars, if you want events on your calendar, that's the snowball. So if you don't think of it like that, then you'll start to approach it like work. You'll start to approach it like something that requires too much effort. But just like you mastering those games, just like you mastering disc golf, just like you mastering your hobbies, it takes repetition. It's a lot of work up front, but when you do the work right, it kind of cascades downhill. Does that make sense? It's a great thing. So treat it like a snowball. Understand that I'm not telling you you need to spend a ton of money every month and that you need to pack your calendar every month. What I'm telling you is if you want to get the snowball going, if you want to get the prospecting wheel or the flywheel turning, you have to do some extra leveraged work at first, get it rolling downhill, and make it work toward your advantage. You with me? Point number 2 is if you want to be the most successful at this, you have to get started with the things that you like. This blows my mind the most. When men come to me and like something like gym and disc golf, this is the same guy we're talking about as an example. When he comes back and says, oh, okay, I need to find more things that girls are interested in so I can get more dates, right? No, man. You need to know and like the things that you're interested in. And are you really freaking trying to tell me that there's no hot girls at the gym? I lived in Colorado for 4 years. They're real big on disc golf there. Those were some sweet looking, tight ass, short wearing in the summer of Colorado, cute girls playing disc golf. And you just so happen to play disc golf. So look, stay with me because I'm not disparaging you. I'm not making fun of you. What I'm saying is girls are all around you. Does that make sense? Can you see them? Can you look around now and be like, oh yeah, there are cute girls at the gym? Yes. So really what you're saying when you say, I need to go do more things that girls like is you're hoping for a softer landing. You're hoping that by being in the things that girls like, they're going to like you more. They're not. It's the farthest thing for the truth. If you just drop something in someone's lap and if they get all this stuff for free, they don't like it. It turns them off. It's not a good feel and a look to be winning everything. What they want to do is to like you. And so when you're inviting them to things that you like, they like you, so they want to go do it because they want to get to know you. Does that make sense? Feel that for just 1 minute because I want you to understand that dating is fun. Dating is fun for you. And if you focus on making dating fun for you and inviting women out to it, you're going to do a lot of it. And I want you to do a lot of it because if you do a lot of it, then all of a sudden your bed is filled on Friday nights and Saturday nights or however often you want it to get filled. Do you want your bed filled? Yeah. Okay. So once you're surrounding yourself with with really the things that you like to do, because this won't work if you stay in your basement. This won't work if you stay in your living room. Unless you're throwing house parties every week. And that's a whole different setup. But this won't work if you're not getting out. So once you're getting out and you're around women, start saying hi to all of them. We're going to go on to step number 3, but I want you to understand this as really like in between step 2 and 3, you're doing the things that you like. You've recognized the cute girl. Can you envision a cute girl right now at your gym? Can you see her? Cool. All right. Now, all you're going to do is say hi to her. Hello. How's it going? Hey, what's your name? Even, try to progressively make this more uncomfortable. What's your name? How you doing? Oh, great. Enjoy your workout. Okay. But what I'm getting at next is step 3. The girls that you think are pretty, ask for their phone number. You're nervous right now, aren't you? That's fine. Let's work through it. If you go through those incremental periods in step 2 and 3, and this is a hack, this is a secret tip here. If you are doing things that you like, you're sitting in a higher position of confidence now. You're sitting in a higher position of understanding. So you're good at disc golf, baby. You know the course at disc golf. Let's do that. You bump into 3 girls, 2 girls, or you invited a gaggle of coworkers out, including cute girls. Okay? You're showing them around the course. That's basic, comfortable, I'm kind of a leader of my domain understanding. And now what I'm telling you to do is to start asking for their numbers. And this is intimidating, but if you understand that rejection doesn't matter, go back to one of the other episodes. I think it was called the dating framework, the 14-point dating framework in 19 minutes or something. If you understand that rejection doesn't matter, it's just the path to know, then transition from this saying hi to everyone to asking for the numbers for the ones that you think are cute. And this is important because if you pine over this girl for 6 months, you just lost half your year. You'll regret it. I don't want you to be in that position. I want you to go anywhere and start asking these girls for numbers. And that's going to get us into step number 4. Think back on all the things that worked for you like a game. Think back on understanding that every time you play disc golf and miss the what do you call the basket for disc golf? Miss the basket. Does that mean that you never play disc golf again? Anytime you're playing your video game, if you ever got killed or stabbed in the back and re-leveled, whatever, does that mean you're never playing the game again? No. So flip this in your head as investing all of your ego and stake and self-worth into whatever this random girl thinks about you and start gamifying the rejection of it. I want you to go out somewhere that you're interested in being and tell yourself, I'm going to talk to every girl here. I'm going to ask for numbers from all the pretty girls. I'm going to try, this is important, are you listening? I'm going to try to get shot down 10 times. And that sounds ridiculous at first, but when you really get into it, it becomes comical. One, you start to find the rejections are the same, and that's cool. Girl, listen, girls want you to win. I'm telling you, girls want you to win, and they also are very nice about it. The majority of them. Half these girls, if they don't want to give you the number, they'll be like, "Oh my God," they're so flustered, they're so flattered. Wow, I can't believe you just asked for that. I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend. Hey, no worries. Enjoy the rest of your game. Hey, no worries. Have a good time. Just go out, find the girls that you're interested in, and start trying to get shot down 10 times. And what I have found for me, for other men, for men just like you rarely get shot down more than 4 times. Rarely. You'll leave with 3 to 5 numbers. I remember being at a club once in Fort Collins, and everyone thinks this is magic what I do. And I had already had 2 girls I was dating, but 2 guys were shy, and it was the fishbowl. I think that's what they call that thing. Anyway, 2 girls were lingering right there by the wall. I was like, look, just go up and ask them. What do you mean? I literally just turned around, walked right up to them. Hey, I love your lipstick. I know I've talked about this before. I use the lipstick opener all the time. Hey, I love your lipstick. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I know this is kind of weird. I would beat myself up the rest of the week if I didn't ask for your number. Can we go out sometime? What's your number? That's it. And I got her number right there on the spot. They also saw me, these friends that I was out with, they also saw me get shot down a few times because it's just freaking life. It doesn't matter. I've got a whole other episode on why it doesn't matter. Go see if you can find that, but don't sweat this too much. Just understand that first off, you got to be going out to places you like. Secondly, you got to be talking to girls. You got to treat everyone equally. Just be courteous, be nice, be charming, be confident, be yourself. Like, this stuff is attractive. Women are attracted to you. Are you right there? You're attractive. Does that make sense? Yes. Cool. All right. Once you're working on in-person game, first, a clear caveat. You can fill your entire calendar with in-person game. In fact, most of my message is about in-person game, if for lack of a better word. It's about being sociable. Really, it's about being confident and having the leadership skills to lead women in your life to the results that they want to happen anyway. Now, to supplement that, in the very beginning, you can't avoid the dating sites. If you want to get 4 dates per week, just go through, put your time in on Tinder, avoid Bumble. We'll talk about that another day. Put your time in on Tinder, put your time in on Hinge, put your time in on Instagram, whatever you're using. Just understand you have to be collecting contacts. You have to be collecting ways to get in touch with these women, because not every woman that you get her phone number from is going to say yes to a date. So you have to understand, again, like doing the reps, like doing the sales funnel, this thing is a process. You have to go in there, get numbers, and then wait your couple days, go back, give them that joke, and just ask them, say, when are you free? But when you're doing that, you need to source this from everywhere. So we're not going to go in depth in this episode on how to set up Tinder or how to set up all these profiles. Just understand, just get on there, use these, think of these things as tools. Think of these things as ways to get discovered. And when you're doing that, then you're bringing in more numbers, then you're getting more dates. And book your calendar for 4 dates in a night. Do it whatever nights make sense to you. Try to get that hottest girl on your favorite date. Saturdays normally, Fridays for some people, but then reserve your Mondays and Tuesdays for doing whatever you want. So get these 4 girls, and what you're looking for in this first process here with these 4 girls is what I call the stable girl. The maintenance girl. What you're looking for is a girl that you trust. What you're looking for is a girl that you're attracted to. What you're looking for is a girl that you have fun with. What you're looking for is a girl that likes being around you, that has fun with you also. Does that sound amazing? Yeah. Are you having fun with the girl right now? Probably not. So forget about these stupid red pill terms or these pickup artist terms, stable chicks, whatever. Just get a girl to help you maintain your sanity as you go along. Then you can start to slow things down. You don't have to be on Tinder 5 hours a day. You don't have to be on Instagram flexing all over the place, trying to hype up your game. Just start going out and approaching these women in person, because the chemistry always wins. In my opinion, this is the problem with online dating. Online dating hypes up compatibility, and then in person is instant chemistry, instant sizzle, instant polarizing attraction when you do this right. When you get these 2 girls into your life as stability, then all of a sudden it's easy breezy. Can you feel that comfort right now? Can you feel the lack of stress of knowing, okay, well, if I shoot my shot 2 more times this week and it doesn't pan out, I've got this girl that I really love hanging out with on Fridays, and we're going to have a blast. Some people, half the people, hell, 75% of the men out there settle for her. I'm encouraging you not to, but whatever, man. If you never had a stable girl for a long time, if you never had a girl that you like hanging out with forever, then whatever, just make it long term. But stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting yourself to this thought that you're stuck, that you don't have the time to do this, that this is too complicated, that this is some magic pill. Fill that top of funnel. Find these girls. Be charming. And by be charming, I just mean be sociable. Talk to these girls. And the ones that you like, ask for their number. Get 4 dates per week. Is it exhausting? Sure, at first, but you're doing it for a reason. You want this smooth snowball going downhill, and then you want to find yourself in this position where you have the stable 2, is what I call it. The one surefire and the one that you're on date 2 or 3, whatever. You don't know if you're worth it, investing all this time. And so you can still go out there, and then that magic when Jesus finally does take the wheel and throws that bombshell blonde that you've been drooling over into your passenger seat, then whatever, you can give these other 2 the boot. But until then, do the work yourself. If you like this episode, I want you to like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments. You can find me on 4x4recall.com. I want to talk to you guys. I will see you in the next one.